Do you have friendships that are a little bit fucked up, that are a little bit unbalanced? Do you have friendships that feel a bit funky? We are talking about the pattern of the unavailable friend today. I haven't taught on this before and I haven't heard anyone else speak on it, so it might be something I've invented and I've created. It might be a bit of a Cherylism, so bear with me. But we're really going to dig into this, like what's happening in your friendships, because if you're not, whether that's because of the Rona or restrictions in your area or maybe restrictions of lifted, but either way, maybe you're not dating. So what happens is that pattern comes up somewhere else. It's a little bit like, if you can imagine like a field, I live in the countryside, so there's lots of them. If you imagine a field with lots of little holes in it, and it's like a hole for like little moles, if you cover up one hole, it will pop up in another hole. So it's a little bit like that. If you cover up dating, then your patterns will pop up elsewhere. Often I have people say things very, dare I say smugly, like, oh, I'm not dating right now, so I can just ignore my dating drama. It's not true. Our patterns pop up in other places. So we're going to touch on that today and really talk about what is the pattern of the unavailable friend? How do we know if that's happening in our friendships? Why does it happen, and what can we do about it? So I'm going to lead you through those 3 steps. Before I do, if this is your first time here, welcome. It's great to have you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so happy to have you. My name's Cheryl Muir. I'm a relationship expert, relationship whisperer, conqueror of dating drama, slayer of shitty relationships in all areas of your life, relationships, friendships. Janice from accounting, Emma from yoga, or whoever. All the relationships. Before we get started, I just wanted to let you know that we've revamped the courses section of the website, and what we've done is we've made it really, really clear which courses are entry level and budget friendly, like 25 quid to 100 quid, that kind of thing, like 25 to 95, and which courses actually include one-to-one time with me. So if you are wanting to go a little bit deeper, you love the videos, you're getting those light bulb moments and you want more, then the courses might be for you, and the details are down below. I would say the course that most closely relates to what it is we're talking about today would probably be the dating drama empowerment method, which leads you through what are your patterns in relationships, where do they come from, how do you heal it. And though the course is really focused on romantic relationships, you can apply it to every area of your life. And hello to the gorgeous soul that's saying hi with the heart eyes. Semi-precious 007. What a username. I love it. That's beautiful. How are you today, my love? I hope you are well. Let's crack on with this week's video. By the way, let me know in the comments what you want me to cover. Let me know if you want me to do more of these. I love it. I love going live with you guys. So let me know if you want me to do more. Let me know if there's a subject you want me to cover. I'm happy to do it. Maybe I'll do more of these, like 2 or 3 a week. Is that too much? Is it helpful? I don't know. Let me know. So the pattern of the unavailable friend then, like what is this really? What are we talking about? So have you heard of a term called the unavailable partner? Unavailable men, unavailable women. What that means is you're choosing partners, romantic partners, people you're dating that are not available to you in some way, tangibly unavailable. So that means they could live on the other side of the world. Or maybe they have a girlfriend or boyfriend already. Maybe they're partnered, they're not single. Maybe they do that thing of, oh, I'm not really looking for a relationship right now. Or they're really cold and distant and shut off from their emotions. They're in some way, or they're just not choosing you, right? It's so painful. I've been there. They're unavailable to you in some way. So as I said at the start of the video, if we're not dating, then that pattern pops up somewhere else. So the unavailable partner becomes the unavailable friend. What is the unavailable friend? Similar to the unavailable partner. It's a friend who's not meeting your needs in some really tangible, real way. So let's look at some signs of how you can tell if you have an unavailable friend. Typically what I see here, and I saw this in my own life, but I sometimes see it with my clients as well, is you have someone you consider a best friend. I know we're all adults here, so we don't always buy into the best friend dynamic, but you know, a really close friend, a close sister, a close brother, someone you really care for, and you consider them a close friend, but you think about the last time you saw them and it was 6 months ago, notwithstanding the restrictions right now, but it's been a long time since you've seen them. It's been a long time since you've spoke to them. You might ask to like catch up on the phone. I'd love to catch up with you, right? This is someone that's so close to your heart. They're in your like top 5 people in your life. You love them. And they go, yeah, I'd love to catch up. That'd be great. I'm available in like 2-3 weeks. Should we book in a date then? and you're booking an appointment with your best friend. They're not available to you. You ask for help, they're not there, they're too busy. Right? Maybe they live a geographical distance from you. Maybe they're the other side of the country. Maybe they're in a different country, but you class them as your best, your closest friend, your closest confidant, but you're not spending time with them. You're not seeing them. They're not available to you. And also, when you have something that you're struggling with that's challenging, you don't feel supported. They're not meeting you with that lovely, juicy, warm, like empathy and compassion. And oh gosh, babe, that sounds really hard. I'm so sorry. What do you need? Right? They're not meeting you with that warmth and that empathy. They're very like cold and stony faced, and they're just not meeting your needs. So why is that happening then? Let's go to point 2. Why would this occur? Why would we do that to ourselves? Why would we choose someone like that? Well, like with romance and dating, we think it's circumstantial. We think, oh, I met this great guy, but he just so happens to live in Australia. Well, I live in the UK, so how's that going to work? I had a client who thought someone was the one. She called him a twin flame, and I nipped that in the bud right away, let me tell you. This guy wasn't a twin flame, though they exist. I used to teach on that. But it was this guy in Italy who had a wife, and she lived in America, and I'm like, I know exactly what's going on here, so we worked through it. But it's that thing of like, oh, I met this person, but they just so happen to live in a different country. They just so happen to have a partner already. Same with your friend. Like, why is it out of all the people in the world you've built this really strong emotional bond, this emotional connection with someone who isn't in your local area? There are people in your local area who are perfect for you, who are great, who are awesome, who want to spend time with you, and you've chosen to make this bond with someone who's 6 hours away on a flight, right? So why would we do that? We do that because I'm going to take a big gulp of water before I say this very profound statement. Hopefully it's profound. We do that because unavailable love is familiar to us. Unavailable love is familiar to us. So maybe you had a dad who worked a lot and wasn't really there. Maybe you had a mother who wasn't really attuned to your emotional needs, who wasn't warm, who wasn't responsive when you were sad, right? So that feeling of love being unavailable is so familiar. That's called our trauma bond, and we repeat it in our relationships as adults. So knowing that, what do we do about that? What do we do? If you've had that light bulb moment and gone, shit, my best friend is on the other side of the world. Yes, I did have a mother or a father that wasn't there. I can see I'm playing out this pattern. Now what do you do about it? So what we do is we go back to that place where it started. We go to the root of it. Right? It's like when you're gardening and you're pulling out weeds or the bloody ivy in the garden, which I'm pulling out every day of my life. It's not really a big problem in the grand scheme of things, but I am pulling out ivy in the garden every day because ivy is a very resilient plant, you may know. So when you pull it out, you can't just like snap it off. You've got to pull it out by the root. So that's what we do when we go to the start here. We go to where it came from. So go back to that place, right? Emotionally go back to that place. And you might need someone to help you through that. Of course, I'm here. There's courses that include one-to-one time with me. So you can look in the description box below. It's cherylmuir.com/courses. It's the dating drama empowerment method and infinite love that include one-to-one time with me. So if private coaching and the mastermind is a bit out of your reach right now, there are those courses as options. It can be helpful to have someone to work through this with you. But if you don't have someone to work through it with you, go back to that place yourself, guide yourself through it, do an inner child meditation, sit with the feelings. What are the feelings that you had at that time? How can you nurture those feelings, right? If you feel sad, if you feel these really tender emotions, if you feel like my needs not getting met, this is a really difficult thing for me, then what are your needs? I did a video on that last week. I'll link it up above. Get familiar with what your needs are, get familiar with communicating your needs, and know that you deserve to have your needs met. So go back to the root of it, go back to where it started, feel the feelings that you felt at that time. Ask yourself the question, what do I need? So that is twofold. What do I need? One, what do I need to soothe that emotion of sadness? So what helps me to feel better when I feel sad? There's that. And the second thing is, what do I need from my most intimate relationships? What do I need from my friends? Quality time, right? Let's look at the love languages by Gary Chapman. It's not my model, it's Gary Chapman's. He's brilliant. Quality time might be something you need. Physical touch, right? Hugs. I don't know if it's still illegal to hug each other. Personally, I've been ignoring that. I mean, you use your own judgment, but I'm going to hug the people I love. If they want me to hug them and we both feel it's safe to hug, we're going to hug. I mean, it is what it is. That shouldn't be a controversial statement, but it somehow is. But if you need that physical touch, if you need that quality time, your needs are not going to get met with a friend that's on the other side of the world. They can't hug you. And if you've got to book an appointment with them to speak to them on FaceTime, you're not getting your needs met, right? So be really clear about what those needs are. And then from that place, start to invite people into your life, which means introverts, my fellow introverts. I love you. Hi, INFJ right here, if you didn't know. We find it hard to get out and meet people. I know that we do, but we need to go out and meet the people. So we can do this. Again, there's another video. I'll link it up top. There's a playlist on friends, because friends, it's a really intimate relationship, but we need to go out and meet like-minded people. And I won't go into it here, just you can watch the video and look at the steps as to how we can do that. But that's how we overcome this unavailable friend pattern, right? We've got to get familiar on what it is and the signs, and ask yourself, like, is this friend unavailable to me? Yes, and my needs not getting met, right? That's the first step. The second step is, where did it come from? So look at your childhood, look at your relationship with your mum and your dad. Did you feel like their love was out of reach? And then the third thing to heal that is go back to those feelings, nurture those feelings, and ask yourself what you need now, and get yourself around people who can meet that need, right? So often we're not getting our needs met, and sometimes that's because we don't know what our needs are. Or I'm all about the threes today. Sometimes we don't know what our needs are. Sometimes we're not communicating it. And other times we are communicating it, but we're saying it to the wrong person. So it's like speaking to a brick wall. Some people can't meet our needs. They're not capable of meeting our needs. And it's not their fault. It doesn't mean they're a villain. It doesn't mean they're a narcissist. I mean, maybe they are. That's a different topic for another time. But they're not meeting your needs. That is what we know for sure. And your needs deserve to get met. Now, does this mean you need to break up with the friend? Maybe, possibly. That's what it has looked like for me recently in my life. However, it may just be helpful to really excuse me, the phrase I'm getting is feather your nest, to grow your network, to meet people in your area who can meet that need. So the person who's not meeting the need, the unavailable friend, it's not so painful. We're not relying on them and clinging to them to meet that need. We have lots of different people we can meet that need with. So for me, that looks like going for a swim in the lakes, going out for tea or for a drink with my swimming friends. You know, I've got that group of people, and it's a different group of people every week. I see some of the same people again and again, but there are lots of people who can meet that need for connection and closeness here, right? Because I'm still quite new to this area. So I hope that was really helpful for you. If you want to follow my free content, definitely subscribe here and ring the bell so it will tell you every time I have a new video. You can find me on the Instagram machine. You can find me on Twitter. Just search my name. I'm there. And if you do need extra support, my link for courses is down below. I always want to give you as much as I can in these videos. I'm as generous as I possibly can be. I fit in as much as I possibly can. I know they're really, really helpful. And at the same time, if you find yourself capped, if you feel like you can't go any further, it might be that you need a course, or you need some greater access to this body of work. You don't need access to me personally, you know, but if you do want to collapse time and save yourself time figuring it out through the course, then you can go for one of the courses that have time with me as well. Thank you for being here. I love you, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.